So let me give you examples, because Conan, he was talking recently about how comedians today are approaching the whole Trump era, and I thought it was pretty interesting to watch.
And I think some comics go the route of, I'm going to just say F Trump all the time, or that's their comedy. And I think, well, now a little bit you're being co-opted because you're so angry. You've been lulled. It's like a siren leading you into the rocks. You've been lulled into just saying F Trump, F Trump, F Trump, screw this guy. And I think you've now put down your best weapon, which is being funny, and you've exchanged it for anger. And that person or any person like that would say, well, things are too serious now. I don't need to be funny. And I think, well, if you're a comedian, you always need to be funny. You just have to find a way.
I mean, that's 100% your job description, right?
Yeah, I think every time you go for the joke, I mean, you go for what's funny, you go for what's entertaining. I think sometimes when you're doing a show like this, there are points where you do get a little bit serious, but I do believe that part of hosting a late night show is the comedy.
It shouldn't be controversial.
Right, it shouldn't be controversial at all, and I think that's Conan's whole point. What I loved about Conan was he pushed the envelope, too, in the silliest ways. And that was something I loved, whether it was the masturbating bear or vomiting Kermit or just stuff that was so ridiculous.
He was just doing such out there absurdist stuff. So you can see that it's like part of why he's such a very intelligent person, why he walked away from late night, because he's able to read the tea leaves and see that that's just over now. And, and I think he's like clearly a more left-leaning person, but it doesn't seem to me like this was something he wanted any part of.
It's not, and what's sad is I think if he had kept the Tonight Show, it would still be relevant. And not that Fallon doesn't have that still. I think that it still exists.
Fallon's just so much more of a softball style of,
which is fine for
gentle
that.
comedy. And there was a sketch he did with Will Ferrell where they're both in jorts and they have mullets. And I remember thinking to myself, like, oh, I said I didn't want them to be political, and this is them not being political. It's just the worst.
It really comes down to that Vax dance, and I hate to say that, but it really was that moment of the what was it called? The Vax scene?
Yes.
Where you watched and said, okay, so Pfizer and all these companies now own late night and are pushing this whole agenda to shut down the country on us.